sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping, I'm sipping.
Sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Really?
But like I remember working at Penn, and everybody's like mentors, right? So I walked up to this dude. I was like, okay, so you're a black man, and I really I respect and appreciate a lot that you say. And I went to a couple of them. I was like, listen, I would love it if you could mentor me. Flat out, no.
It's also a slippery slope.
Yeah, they don't even know what that means. They
No,
like,
not even that. If you've
mentor,
ever
sponsor.
dealt in a population where you have students or minors, or not even minors,
right,
but
with male
motherfuckers
teachers.
with males and females, motherfuckers lie, yo. When I worked on the campus with male and female and co-ed units, keep me on the boy unit because I don't even want to go through the bullshit.
Right.
Like, and they used to beg for me to come on their units.
But I mean, like, so,
which was even scarier.
But it was never like I hear you now. But when it happened, like I mean, like he married, he got kids, I got kids, I married. Like this is not that.
Mind you, and some of them might have already had a scandal. Anyway,
it might have. Because for me, in my life, I was just looking. I was already needing to
direction.
have somebody to kind of elevate my game and help me to kind of move through this stuff. So I know what it's like to be somebody that is not getting the support to be able to, like, you gotta have somebody who's ready to feed your mind. And when you realize that you hungry, then you just start looking for anybody. And so some of our kids is hungry early, right? And so they'll look for anybody
to feed them.
And so I was like,
I was in a dangerous position because of the same things I just said to y'all. But go ahead.
right,
Yeah.
So to me, I was like, really? Like I was like, you told me no. But it's okay. And then I had to step back and I was like, and what did you learn from that? Well, I learned that was not the right person. I think more about what it is that I need and do I already have it. And then I had people coming and asking me to mentor them.
Well, I put people in boxes.
I've never. No, I will put
And
you in a box.
I don't put you in a box from like this is all you're worth, but I put you in a box as to how much energy you're worth.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a difference.
No, because I'll put you, like, once I see what you do and how you move, I'm not going to say I don't fuck with you no more. But the same way I just said, I'm going to leave you back there. I'm going to just leave you back. I'm going to leave you back there. I'm going to check on you, make sure you good.
I'm not going to shit on you.
No.
Because I'm fine. But that's the first part. It was just like you said, just like we all recognize. I'm fine. And the other part of that, which is something that I've been saying for the last, ever since COVID and all this bullshit happened, it's okay to not be okay.
It's important to say that you're not okay.
It's important to tell yourself that, and sometimes it's important to tell others that.
People.
And I don't mean just the people that's going to help. I mean them fucks in your office that's playing the day after a riot.
Why he looking right at the movie? He like...
No, because I done said this plenty this year. The motherfuckers that come up to you the day after a riot and act like they don't know why you don't look comfortable today. And it's like, it's okay when they, hey, how you doing? You okay? No. Why? You know why?
Just back the fuck up off of me.
Or you can give them a little something, like a little spill on why. Or you could say, Google it.
No,
or you can walk away.
I'm not that kind.
Or you can walk away, but
I
identify
too, because I'll be like, well, these are the reasons why I'm.
But you know what happens sometimes? You spend too much energy and too much time telling people what they already know and they don't want to recognize.
True.
And you're not going to be what changes it. A whole entire fucking major portion of everybody that's in office in the country has to be under siege for them to change their mind. And even then you don't know if their mind is changed or if it's for their next move.
Well, I mean, at the very least, though, what I will say,
Big facts.
I like that ending.
I had this year with somebody, 2003, right? I don't know if y'all noticed. I actually have an afro. She a mean, angry afro. Like she just like this is. I
don't know what she's talking about.
I've seen it as a fro.
And as a fro, and
seen
that's
it.
still beautiful.
Yeah.
Bro, she's like this. But when I first cut my hair,
Angie Davis. Oh
yeah, Angela Davis, absolutely.
Yeah, Angie.
And when I first cut my hair, I had a gala to go to at work, evening gown. We were on a motion loop, and I had been wearing my hair straight, but I didn't have no perm in it, so going on that one. And it was raining, it was not gonna be cute.
They was gonna get what they was gonna get.
They was. So I called my mom and I was like, "Can you hook me up real quick?" Because she's a loctician. And so she was like, "Well, you know, I'm gonna have to cut your hair. I don't care, it's hair." So when I went to the event, I had these little coils, right? Mind you, my hair was longer, and I got these little coils and a little something in the front. Nobody spoke to me. It's 2003. Literally, people were just looking at me like, I'm like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?"
Do you know how deep that is and how fucking depressing that is, yo?
It was.
And I'm gonna say, when you women change your hair, sometimes it throws me. But these are coworkers and shit. Like,
yeah, these are coworkers.
It's not just random.
These are people I see every day. Right?
And and I get it. Like, you might have braid MCC with black women. We are able to change our hair in so many different styles, and sometimes to white folks it throws them off when they like, "Well, what the fuck?" Like, what, you know what I mean?
Well, you wouldn't go to the interview with the same style you would go to work with 3 months later.
No, I mean, you can't do it. You got to slide into it. So what I did was jar somebody because they saw me that morning.
No, but this is most women's
But
problem.
I'm also
this is most black women's problem.
Like, I know, you know what I'm saying. So and it's corny, and I think that's so fucking corny. Like, that hair plays a part in anything. Even like,
I believe in hair pride. That's why I got all this shit.
Yeah, like,
I love your hair.
Thank you.
And I love your hair. I love your hair. I love my hair. It's my hair.
But so this is the issue.
I just had braids.
So like they've seen me with braids, they've seen me with the straight hair, they've seen me with very short hair, but they never
didn't
seen
like
me
the
with
coils.
natural hair. Right? So here I am, and we are now 3 weeks later, because it was a decision I made. I didn't give a fuck about it. I was great.
Like you said, you said it's hair. Well, you're a beautiful woman, first of all.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Hair doesn't change that.
Right. So
unless it's just you don't give a fuck about your hair. You Einstein.
Like, no,
but
no,
yeah. Right.
But so I'm at work and I walk into the kitchen.
This is after the gala.
After the gala. We're
3 weeks later. Yeah.
3 weeks deep, right?
Yeah, I'm in it.
And I have now, mind you, there's also not the internet where you can go on and see like what to do with what do I do now, right? And my mom was like, "You should lock it." I'm like, "I'm not doing that." Because I don't want to. Right?
Commitment that you had to work your way into if that's what you was going to do. You're not just going to do that overnight.
Because you just decided that.
Yeah, that's not one of those things. This isn't one of those things.
This is not that. And you know, and you know that it takes a lot.
This is a journey.
It's a journey. So I decided to untwist. So I did a twist out like this. When it's short, it's just like a little push.
Little, yeah.
It was cute though.
Little curly fro.
I was cute. So I walked into the kitchen and I got me some tea at the Keurig because I was feeling like a little thirsty. And then our director of financial aid came into the kitchen. And I walk it out and she says, "Serita." And I was like, "Oh, hey, girl, how you doing?" And she says, "What did you do with your beautiful hair?" I said, "Oh, it's still beautiful."
As you should.
And she looked at me.
No, but see, that's recognizing your power. You can't say that until you understand that you good, nigga.
I was like,
I got one better.
No, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
Because you're getting because hold up, she's getting emotional thinking about it now.
Right.
There's a story that I had never because
that's crazy.
Yeah, we don't want to skip past that.
Question.
Yeah.
Were they white?
White woman with blonde hair, very thin blonde hair, but the thing that kind of got me wasn't that she asked me what happened to my hair.
No.
It was that she said, "What happened to your beautiful hair?" Not recognizing.
Probably talking about when it was straight.
Yeah, when I worry about right, and that was her first issue. The second part that she then was surprised that I felt like it was beautiful right now. And
so basically, you calling me ugly?
No, but mind you, once I give you that check, roll with me. Don't make me still feel like you not with me.
Yeah. And then she goes, "Oh,
you better be fake, bitch.
You always wore it so elegantly." And I said, "I still find
Ooh.
Because I was ooh
fire HR right now.
Ooh,
I'm fired.
Not in 2003. That shit ain't matter in 2003.
I know.
And it sounds like yesterday, but literally so much has changed since 2003,
right.
and not even
back from
that
Atlanta
much.
in 2002.
But it's situational at this point.
Yeah.
And so I was just sitting there, and I'm just like, wow. And so
That's
she
crazy.
then looks at me, and she's like, I said, "Listen, Sharon." Oh, I just dropped her name, didn't I? Well, she should have said it. So I was like,
Sharon Karen.
Let me explain something to you. In all the years that I have known you, I have worn my hair straight. This is the natural curl of my hair. This is the natural look of my hair. And when I wear my hair straight, I do everything possible to kill it. It is unhealthy and it is not in its best quality.
And that's a fact.
What you are seeing right now is my hair being very happy and it's healthy.
Professional.
And it's power.
I would have punched the shit out of her in her face in the damn cafeteria.
Stop.
I'd have
Let's
been
listen to how
fired.
she handled it first.
This is good.
Let me hear how she
I
handled
need you
it
to
first.
hang with me.
I said, so what, huh?
I need you
Let
to
me hear
hang
how
with
she
me.
handled it
So
first.
then I told her, I said, listen.
Because she
In the
rolling.
way
That's
that I have
good.
never actually said anything counter to what your hair looks like because that is the way it grows out of your hair. I need for you to understand that this is my hair.
I love it.
And then I looked at it. I said, well, y'all have a good day. And so I just went on to my desk.
And she probably standing there.
But you see what I say about fly girls and chicks with juice? Y'all are at that point and at that level, and y'all have accomplished enough in your lives just as individuals, regardless of what paperwork is required. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you know that these motherfuckers can't play with you out here, man. And you should. And if you need help with it, let me know.
Right.
Cause I tell you every motherfucking day that you dope as hell.
Thank you. Because that's the thing. Like, you need people who also remind you that you dope as hell.
Yeah.
Right?
That was
like,
And it sounds
that
simple.
was a dope
but
ass way to
that's cool ass
handle
shit.
the situation.
look,
That was
I
cool
thought,
as
here's
fuck.
the beat.
Look, you was about to overreact.
No, I overreact. That's what
But
I do.
mind you wouldn't have been wrong. You'd have been in a situation that didn't deserve it.
Yeah, I would have been fired. I wouldn't have been able to feed my family.
You'd have gave them the energy that wasn't required.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Just what they thought I was going to do. See, that's what back then.
No,
but
because
not
here's
now.
the thing. In all the time that I have been a black woman, it took me years to understand how to love my hair.
Facts.
Okay? And it wasn't until I actually cut my hair off and had to go through all the stages that Sammie had to go through to get locks. You gotta go through a stage where you don't give a fuck about a thing.
No,
It's
that's
part
the middle
of the
stage.
journey.
Part of the journey, because your hair's
That's
getting
when
big,
that's when you know if you
small.
rocking or not.
Right.
When I was
Like, you gotta actually just be good with this.
you can't. Yeah,
You gotta be good with
you
this,
Gotta,
and you gotta be able. And guess what?
Facts.
And I post my craziest pictures.
That
like
is facts.
them old pictures of me with the fro out that was lopsided, or in college with half my
Listen,
braids out.
When I was
still that's my shit.
we moved from Philly. We moved from Philly, from West Oak Lane to Jersey when I was in the 5th grade. Okay, so we had
That's
a pool.
a big year too.
Yeah, we had a pool
Fifth grade is always it.
and all of that. So I'm at the pool every day. I'm swimming. My hair was long, thick. At the pool, I live with my grandmother. So my grandma didn't know how much.
But
to
so
do my
much
hair.
to do. Right.
So
that's everybody's
I'm-
grandma. They know what
every
they
day
know.
I get out the pool, she's like, "Make sure you wash your hair." You know that, but I don't really know how to do my hair. But I'm like, "Fuck that," you know what I mean?
And
I
all
ain't
she
doing
knows
that.
is
I'm
get
being
that
like-
chlorine out of it.
Right, but I wasn't doing none of that, so my hair was
Right.
breaking. So she's like, "I'm gonna take you to the hairdressers." So I'm like, "All right." Going to the hairdressers, so she takes me to fucking Strawbridges, right?
I heard the end of this story. I never heard the beginning of it.
So we walk in.
The Strawbridge Salon. Of course he did.
When she
where
said
all
it,
the
I was
little
like,
old
Strawbridges
ladies
used to do
with the
hair.
blue hair go, yeah. So we walk in, right, and I'm like, "What we doing? You about to get your hair done or something?" She talking about, "You're gonna get your hair done by who, bro?" So, and I'm not even cool at this time in my life, like, you know what I mean? Like,
But
I
you ain't
really,
see nothing in there that looked like they could do your
but
shit.
I didn't see nobody in there that looked like they could even closely do my hair. The fuck a fro. I didn't even know we was gonna cut all my hair off. I thought I'm in the 5th grade.
Shit.
Like,
She hit fast forward.
yeah, I thought I
Yo,
was
she
like,
hit fast forward.
Listen, we get in. So we get to cutting. My hair is damaged. It is what it is. So I literally, like, I had this much hair on my hair.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you say that, right? But at this point in time,
At this part of my journey.
this part of my journey, first time my hair has ever been cut all the way off like that.
Got you.
She put no products in my hair. She did not She didn't cut it
No,
in a style.
You ever see them suburban?
It was
Did
just
she take a bowl?
You ever see
That's
them
the
black
thought.
girls in the mall that have no idea they black and look at their hair?
Yeah, it makes me sad.
yeah.
She had that.
And then you know it like it's all one length, like it was
all
no
the way around.
right. And then I
Yeah,
didn't
like a
have
kid had.
right. And so in my life, you know, if I put water in my hair, my hair gets curly. But you know, after the water
There's no
dry up,
moisturizer
that shit
in there,
just-
right?
No products. Nobody's teaching me
Nobody
this.
teach you
But
any of
you got to remember, my mom died. You know what I mean? My mom was
And
I wasn't-
grandma was doing
I
what
lived
she
with
knew.
My grandma. I didn't live with my mom. My mom died when I was 16, but prior to that, I still lived with my grandma. So, and my
Okay.
grandma was in the video production world. So she worked. She was, you know what I mean?
My homie couldn't get a regular haircut till he was like 16. His
Right,
grandma
that's
used to
what-
cut him with the scissors because she didn't want to fuck his curls up.
My grandma worked at, yeah, that's how they be.
I'm dead
She
up.
worked at Macy's. I got all my sneakers and all my stuff from Macy's, and I never got the name brand sneakers.
What?
So let's keep that in mind too, okay?
Yeah, like life was different.
Life is different. So now it's time to go back to school. I got this little afro, and we just came back from Macy's from getting my new.
And I have
fast
no
turns.
confidence in my footwear.
You didn't hear what I just said.
What you say? I go right to the sneaks. Once you said the sneaks, that's where I got stuck at.
No confidence in my footwear.
But I said,
No, 'cause that's all I needed.
I said, y'all not listening. I gotta go to school. This is my first day back to school. When I left, I had hair. Now it's time for school.
And
I
you
have
got
no
bald.
hair. It's a little afro, and we just left Macy's from buying my brand new fast turns.
Oh,
That's what the name of the sneakers was.
what's fast?
You didn't make that up. That's the real name.
I swear to God.
See, that's a trauma. This what I be like. People think
Fasters,
like
they made
people
a
be like,
song.
why y'all buy these kids?
They made a
People like, why
song
y'all
about
buy these kids Nikes and they gonna grow out of
Because
cuz they don't want to be talking about
They're not
fast
gonna do
turns.
that to my kids, bro. They
Right,
talked about
man.
me.
Wait, I'm gonna be real honest with you. When you said fast turn, I just was like, you that old?
Yo, I never heard of them in my life.
Because nobody
I was
has.
literally sitting
Those
there
was the
like,
sneakers that was on the
And
back.
I knew what the
joint.
cheap sneaks was. I never heard of fast turns.
Fast turn?
First of all, can we? Why can't I get these Reeboks right here? I can't get the Reeboks. I gotta get these fast turns.
I also started buying my own sneakers in middle school too.
I was about to start selling drugs
My
and
mom
buying
had a
sneakers
$40
too.
limit. My dad had a
Wow.
$50 limit.
I didn't do that though. My brother just was stealing. He didn't give a fuck. He just
No, my mom had a $40 limit. My dad had a $60 limit. So I would at least save
put 'em
enough to get the
together, like,
$80
get the-
Jones.
But see,
So-
And then at a certain point, I would buy 5 pair of sneaks and then be like, Dad, I bought my last 5 pair. I need some new whatever. And he would spend $80.
I couldn't wait to start buying my own
I
shit.
actually am a little bit older than you.
$40 was a lot for
Probably
sneaks.
not. Probably.
No, check this out.
'Cause I'm about to say, there was
My
forces and
brother-
flights when I was coming up in
My
Harachis.
little brother was like, I want some Filas because you know that was an absolutely
That was
new
my.
brand,
Mhm.
and they were $90, and my mother was like, "You got
That's how my grandma. My grandma was like $90.
Rest in peace, Aunt Hazel.
What?
When I wanted them pumps and my mom looked at me like I was a demon, I went to my eye house because that was the regularly scheduled programming.
got them joints.
And I said, I wanted these sneakers, and my mom got mad and she said, what sneakers? I said, the Reebok pumps. They was the black and white, like the first ones.
Gotta have 'em.
And she was like, yeah, you think they got them at that store I take you to? I said, I don't know. You want to see? Nigga, I got home with the pumps. My mom was sick.
Oh,
Man.
my
I know your aunt just did spend all that damn money on those shoes that you gonna grow out. You know the whole.
you gonna grow
They
out.
give you the guilt
I'm
trip
saying, it
and
gave
all
me
that.
PTSD,
you ain't
man.
gonna wear them but 3 times. Then you no.
No, first of all, nobody in my school got these yet. I'm wearing these till they break. What are you talking about? Like, I was young. I didn't know about rotating sneaks. So your argument is
Yeah,
not valid right now.
I wear
Like,
these till I can't wear them no
what
more.
are you
Then I wear the next
I'm
pair.
gonna wear them fucked up and think I'm
Right.
stunting on niggas. I was
Yup.
that young.
Yup.
Like, I was that young.
But I had these damn like I thought that I was going to do a whole situation like you. My mom gave us $50 each, the 3 of us.
Shit.
So
I'd have got 30. Dang.
you know,
Go ahead.
so I was like, okay, good. So now, mind you, I'm taller than everybody else. My feet are bigger than everybody. So there is no such thing as a I can wear your shoes kind of situation in my house.
I
right?
wish. My
No,
sister
like,
fucked
my
up all my
sister
Air
wore-
Maxes. Go
Oh,
ahead.
you lucky. My
I didn't have
sister wore an
nobody
8.5
wear
to
them.
my
I was the
10.
oldest.
Yeah. So, and she was older than me, and she was tall. She was shorter than me and skinnier than me. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get me these chucks. I mean, not chucks. They had like the little Laverne and Shirley kids.
Right.
I love a good cat. It's a good,
now.
clean look, you know.
No.
But I'm like, okay. And I'm on 52nd Street, and I was like, so I got my kids, and then I still had enough money to buy a pair of Reeboks because somebody, I was, child, let me tell you something. I went up and down that street looking for the bargain so that I could have a pair of leather sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like trying to figure out, do I want this color? Do I want that color?
I'm such a sneakerhead that I actually understand that.
Yeah, you got, see,
I don't have to be there to understand. Like I've talked to people that said stuff like
right?
that.
And
Yes.
I was just like, I don't know. So I went home and I was all excited because I'm like, wow, okay. And my mother's like, where am I change it? And I was like,
Oh.
but I'm like, because like my sister, she rolls out, oh, I got these. So she got a pair of sneakers. My brother got a pair of sneakers. I'm like, well, no, because I'm going to actually go. Well, I didn't tell you could have all them sneakers. I said go buy a pair of sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that meant? I was stuck with them damn $12 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No, that's a
And
fact.
the rest of it went to the rollback.
No, that's a fact. Rollover minutes. Get it. I said you proved to me that you found some shoes that you like in your size for $12. I need that bag.
Oh, you thought you was going back?
No,
Well,
but
I
like,
was hoping.
but I'm telling you, like, ever since I was young, like, you know, you get your little couple dollars here and there, birthdays, or somebody shake your hand, give you $5 at the barbershop. Cause my family owns barbershops. My family owns barbershops, so I grew up in barbershops, which is. That's probably part of the reason why I learned so much too. Cause in a barbershop, that's where you gotta shut the fuck up till you got something to say. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
But at the same time, it was like in those days, I would get my little couple dollars, and I would hate to be at the mall and not have no money, because that would be the reason not to get me nothing. Like, it wasn't like my mom would just buy me because I said I want.
Right.
She'd be like, "Where your money at?" So I used to save money because when you were kids, you're not really going nowhere. So I never bought candy and none of that shit. I saved my money for the mall.
Right.
So I would pop up at the mall with $40 as a kid.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And everybody would be like, "Where'd you get all this money from?" And I'm talking about since my birthday till Christmas, I got my little couple dollars because I don't want to be in a mall. And can't, mind you, back then I wanted to buy a keychain or a T-shirt. Like, didn't need $40. Like, I'm telling you, the shit I used to, like, I bought everybody Christmas gifts around that time, and I bought everybody keychains. And I thought that was dope. That's how young I was.
Wow.
How old were you think?
That's
Probably like 8, 9 years old.
Oh, you
Baby.
did a good
I thought I killed it.
thing.
But I had a pocket full of
With
money.
money.
Like,
That was a
nobody
pocket
had to
full of
buy my
money.
Christmas gifts for me.
When,
I thought
that was one
major.
of the things about
That was
living
major.
in Jersey, because you had very few places to hang. It's not like Philly. You come and sitting on the steps and you
Yeah.
hang. It's not really like that because you live in complexes. So our thing was the mall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was the only place I could
Parking
go that my
lots.
grandma would like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you could go to the mall, you know what I
Right.
mean? So we used to walk, back then it was the Echelon Mall and Voorhees.
Wow.
So you understand the pain. I lived in Lindenwald.
Yeah.
I lived in Lindenwald. So I went to Overbrook. So we used to walk. That was our thing. I was like, we going to the mall. We used to walk from Lindenwald to
Y'all
Voorhees
walk.
all the time. That was
How
our-
long
we
is
used to
that
have
walk?
A
It's
nice.
not cute.
It's
It's not cute.
it's a nice.
That's
little
like an
walk.
hour?
It's a quick.
Mm,
No.
no, about 45 minutes. It's a
Yeah, it
nice
feel
little
like
walk.
about an hour.
In Jersey for Jersey Street.
You don't even see shit, right?
It ain't nothing to see, no nothing.
Ain't nobody to speak to.
Listen.
Better have your crew.
Hey,
with
how
you.
y'all doing? None
Listen,
of that.
I used to be so hyped because I was in Freedom Theater, right? So when I would come to Philly, and I would have to pick my brother up. We would come to Philly. He would have his classes. I had my classes, and my grandma would let us take the train back to Jersey. So that was my I was young, so I'd be like, "All right, Craig, you want to walk?" He'd be like, "Downtown." Yeah, we just want to walk from. We used to walk from Broad and Master, or from by Temple because
I done did all that
Wait,
though.
the
Like I'm about to say, that's like
yeah,
that.
not all the way to 8th and Market.
I went to high school at
I
Broad
know
Vine.
you. I was gonna say I know you used to be
I went to
by all
Roman,
the time.
so
Everybody, that was
went to
my little
ENS and
twist.
then Roman, yeah.
But see, that was as I got older and I could travel more. But at this time, I was still going to the mall. But that was my thing. I would go to the mall, and that's when I started getting my little game up because I was buying my own clothes, and then I started babysitting for a hairdresser.
Mm.
And we used to barter, you know what I mean? They used to do my hair, and that's how I started getting my hair up. I started getting my gear up. Then I would get me a little job at the
Oh,
mall.
fly chick with the juice.
And then I started working at Ritz Camera.
Oh,
I remember Ritz.
I worked at Ritz.
Don't look at me like that. I remember
Mall.
Ritz.
Yep. I worked there for like 3 years. And one time I had like 4 jobs in the mall. Everybody knew me at the mall. I had all the
No,
jobs.
I murdered.
Did you work? I never worked in the gallery, but I used to be in the gallery.
I
all
worked
the
at
time.
Willow Grove Mall and Plymouth Meeting Mall, and I tore both of them malls up. Cause if I didn't know you
I
and you
tore
ain't fuck with
Echelon.
me, I sent somebody that you fucked with, and we got whatever we wanted, every discount, all the free food.
I used to
all
give
the
away
chicks.
because Prince
And
was
was
the shit.
robbing the shit out of
Hell
our
yeah.
jobs. Are you crazy?
You barter. If you work there, you barter with other.
What you
Like
other
you work
store?
at the sunglasses.
You be like, yo, you want the hoodie?
Yeah.
I'll use my discount.
I don't even be
Snatch
using
that
no
bitch,
discount.
put it in a bag, and tell that nigga you can't return it because it's gonna come back on my shit
What?
Nah,
and eat
was
free
good.
for a month.
What?
But like I had this one time. See, I worked at East West. It was this like chain store.
Remember
You
jeans?
remember chain store? Okay, so I worked there, and this guy that I knew that was a booster from. I grew up in Richard Allen, so I'm like,
Rams. I don't
but-
even want to tell that story. Go ahead.
Y'all all screamed out the project. I was like, boosters. What the fuck?
You are hilarious. I ain't gonna lie though, Ram Squad had a run, yo. They had some joints. Go ahead.
So I'm like, I'm at work, and then he walk over. He's like, "Yo, this you?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Just turn your back, boy. You can get the fuck up out of here."
Mm.
Not today. like nothing that you like. You're not going to make my life better.
Right.
So,
Like, right. What you giving me for me to turn my back?
Because I also know that where their cameras are,
Right.
and they looking at this door.
And watching your reaction to that conversation. No, that's a real thing in retail. But like one thing about me, I did retail in so many different various spots, from like Champs to, which was a part of Foot Locker, but and then I did the Gap and I did Home Depot. It all say the same shit, but like the Gap restrictions,
Oh, they are
they
horrible. They
crazy.
is like the fucking. What are you?
Yo,
What are you?
they was the
military.
number 2 biggest retailer in the world, I think, at the time when I was working there, because they had the Banana Republic and Old Navy.
You had to buy their clothes
Old Navy was snapping.
To work there.
to work there. You had to buy.
So
How you
what
gonna make me?
used to-
You gonna make? You not
but
even gonna give me a uniform?
Dig what the orientation video tells you though, as just somebody from the hood. They say if you see somebody stealing as an associate, you have to tell a manager. That manager then has to see them steal something else. Do you realize half the people that boost and run scams can identify every manager in the store, and half of them used to work for this company?
Right.
Wow.
Like.
So I was at the point where, yo, let me help you fold that shit up and cut me a
Yeah,
check.
see me in the
Like, you ain't gotta
background.
be in the dressing room busting security tags by yourself.
Yeah, I got you.
Like, what we doing? And I'm
Hold
gonna tell you our story, because this is America. This is
Tell 'em
America.
why you agree.
Especially this week, this America like a motherfucker.
Fuck you wanna do?
I'm in there one day and I'm in Plymouth meeting Gap, right? This one job. So in the Gap, it was the adult side, but it was like one of them stores where it was 2 entrances that met in the middle.
Right.
So there was the kids Gap on one side and the baby Gap,
Right.
and then there was the adult Gap on the other side. These chicks came in both doors. I'm talking about like 9 of them, right? The ones that walked through the kids Gap was literally walking past stores and just sweeping entire displays into a bag. Whang, whang, whang.
Oh, they was doing the
Like
running right
taking
now.
extra small to the extra large,
yeah.
the whole pile, like and
Cause they
it's
come in
on.
numbers that you.
but they know who they looking for and who they looking at, right? So it gets to the point where the walkie talkies is going crazy. Everybody like, yo, they in here tripping. Is this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this. It's a bunch of little chicks, bunch of ratchet looking chicks. I ain't going front, but then it's this one big Joan, right? And I was a denim specialist.
Specialist.
We don't sell anything.
Specialist.
We didn't sell.
Specialist.
We didn't sell anything in this store that she could fit. And she had a tattoo on her arm that said "#1 bitch." I swear to God.
Ah, you like no.
So half of the group was on the floor, half of the group was in a room, and they was in the dressing rooms, and they running back and forth, just dropping off these bitches back there, just busting shit. Bah,
Right.
bah, bah. I know what it is. All the niggas know what it is. I work with my Muslim homie, my man from high school, and the pretty boy that's from the hood but try to act like he ain't. Like, we all know what it is. They on the walkies going crazy. It's nothing we can do about it, because what I just tell you, no matter what we see, right?
Man's gotta see it too.
They know that. The chick was flirting with my man that had the #1 bitch tattoo. And she looked at him and she literally bit the sensor off some shit. With the sexy look.
What?
She's a goon. Cold goon, right? So then you know the play. Somebody got cash out for the store credit and the gift receipts or whatever the fuck they run it up, right? So they had to register, and the number one bitch is talking to this chick I work with that I hated. Young white girl, real snobbish. And the white girl is trying to ring all this shit up because she can't do nothing. And the chick is talking to her the whole time and saying, look at her, she mad as shit. She about to fucking cry. She know we get them. You can't do shit, can you, bitch? And the chick walked off the register.
Where was the manager?
And the manager had to finish the ring out. Yo, we was in there bit so mind you, we was
That's
so
funny.
And when I say like when I was working with my boys, like you ever worked at a store where like y'all overturn the whole store overnight?
Yeah, I hate that.
We used to
That's why
listen,
I hate being a sales
listen.
person. Retail made me
in this store, they used to get all the black managers from like the gallery, the
Everywhere to do
whatever,
the
the
turnover.
King of Prussia, the cool ones. And then they would get all the cool black staff and a couple cool white ones, and we would do the overnight joint together. That shit used to be fun as fuck because we was all with the shits.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So just imagine this is going down, and we are the walkie cracking the fuck up. We walking, we're like, where you at? I'm over here. We walking next to each other. Look, they did. Like, yo, it was so funny, yo.
It ain't my shit.
But this is America. Like, she was treating that store like she owned it.
Yo.
Yep.
You are an associate. They tell us we can't do shit. This is not our money. Your check is the same. You want her to smack you?
Yeah, you better just.
She look like she ready to smack me.
Right, just ring that shit up.
Did she just bite that center?
She just bit
Yo,
the center off
with a
in your
number
face.
one bitch tattoo like this, prominent when she did it. Like
Like she was biting the apple.
she made it look sexy. It was crazy.
It was sexy than motherfucker.
It was crazy. But even when I left, I started right. When I left without even trying, just because so many people ain't want me to leave. But it was like you learn, like between that retail world and Roman Catholic coming from ENS and Ivy Leaf, predominantly black schools, I learned a lot about the world and about life.
Yeah.
Like Roman is like college.
Yeah.
Like that blue chip shit starts super early, and that racism shit gets prominent super early when you're in an institution.
Living in Jersey, same shit.
I don't know what my first was because I've been aware for so long that and like I said, my level of disrespect is so crazy. I've been counting shit for a long time.
Okay.
But one thing that I wanted to say earlier, that something we was talking about, is I had an experience in high school in Levittown, where I still got folks out there that's my family. Shit, rest in peace. We just lost Pops.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to
like
hear about
literally,
the loss, bro.
like this in the last couple weeks. But back when I was hooping AAU circuit, I played for the for a team out of Levittown. It was the Salvation Army All Stars. So we used to travel out there after school and not get home till 11 at night.
Oh.
Shit like that. You know what I mean? Like we was, because our coach was smart. Before the tournaments would start, he would put us on a regiment where we would have practice, and then we would have like 2 games in 2 different leagues, or vice versa, depending on how the games were scheduled. So we was hooping together so much before tournament season, it was like crazy because we had practice and we used to trash people.
Right.
Like the second half used to be a dunk contest.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, no, you cheat. You just stay back. I'm gonna throw it to you. Get crazy. Like it used to get like that out there.
Wow.
So when we went to tournaments, we was built for it. But Levittown is crazy. We was on our way home one night, and this car cuts. We in a church van. This car cuts the van off, full of young boys. You know what I mean? High school kids. And the oldest high school kid is driving. He's a senior. He was responsible as hell. Shout out to my man Ted, because he used to get us there and back every night by himself, which is crazy when you really think about it. But the lady cuts us off, and he blowing the horn and flashing the lights, because like you almost just killed a van full of kids.
Right.
And next thing I know, it's high beams behind us, and it's like one of those roaring trucks, like like they just keep pulling up on the van like that. We jugging, driving. We still behind the lady though. Can't get away from her.
It's like she trapping y'all in. They trapping y'all in.
Kinda. It's 2 lanes, but it's a little traffic out there
Right,
too.
so
So it's no way to get around her,
Right.
neither to see like to open it up to see what he want to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So we get to a light, and when we get to the light, this motherfucker jumped out of his truck, by himself with a vest on, and it's not a bulletproof, but just a vest on. And when I tell you, I was the second shortest person in the fucking van. Like, we went all the way up to 6'9".
Yeah, I was tall. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And this motherfucker was in the middle of the street barking at us like he had the fucking cannon in his hand.
Wow.
And all he was saying was, look at her fucking bumper. Look at her bumper. You don't fucking bother her. Now, she just pulled out of a bar drunk as shit. That's why she cut us off. But what was on the bumper was a Confederate flag and another symbol. It was 2 little stickers. Another symbol I couldn't readily identify at that time.
Wow.
You don't fucking talk. You leave her the fuck alone. And my homies is from the hood. We got Abbotsford to fucking Southwest in the van.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This nigga's trying to steal his truck.
Right.
And I got the wherewithal to realize we dead in the right.
But we need
This
to go.
is not gonna end well for us.
No.
And I'm like, yo, cause he swarmed.
Right.
It's 8 motherfucking 6'5", 6'3", 6. He don't give a
He
fuck.
don't give a fuck. They don't.
I'm like, yo, we out. We have to leave. Yo, get away from his truck. We out.
Wow.
So when it come to certain shit,
You gotta get.
Yeah, I
I
got.
realized at a young age that shit was
It was-
prevalent. We was
and
running
that gotta
around
be
banging
scary
major
as
figures
shit.
back then.
Yeah, that's scary as shit as a kid.
Wow. Right.
And I experienced something very similar, but even crazier.
But that's 20 minutes that way.
Right, that way. Now this is it.
That ain't the Poconos way.
This wasn't
all that.
no. This wasn't too far. I was working for this insurance company, and I worked in the field.
Right.
I'm Muslim, so I, at this point I was garbing. I had my kimar on, whole 9 yards. But I used to have to go to members'
It's
houses.
gonna be 2 joints.
knock on the door.
Right.
Knock on the door, and is such and such here. Hi, I'm da, 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 da.
Right.
And we've been, your doctor's been trying to get in touch with you. Has your number changed? Do you need help getting to the doctors? That's what we did. So sometimes my addresses would be out in the county or whatever. Normally I did Southwest West Philly,
Right.
but sometimes
But that means you do Yade and Derby.
but further out, I'd wait. Like sometimes it depends.
Ridley and
If-
shit?
We all over the place.
Because
We-
Ridley's crazy.
Yeah, it's
that's not
further-
what
Ridley
it's
is not safe.
interested in
Listen,
being a part of.
I can't even remember where it was, but it wasn't even.
Real shit?
It was far. Like it took me like an hour and a half to get there.
Mm.
So long story short,
That's like
I
York.
pull up in the parking lot.
God bless American.
I pull up in the parking lot, but mind you, I
You're
have
garbed up.
right, but I have on jeans and I have on my uniform, but I have my kimar on.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my clipboard in my hand. I have a Keystone, whatever, jacket on. Fuck them.
She done
I
had
don't
a
work
bunch
there.
of jobs, right?
Ain't worth it.
And that ain't even their name no more. So I had the jacket. I'm labeled. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah, like
branded,
you can
so
see that you're
can
there
see
to
that.
work.
You know what I mean? So as I'm knocking on the door, big ass truck pulls up in the parking lot. You know what I mean? Confederate flag in the so I'm already like,
No, this shit happens.
you dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He pulls up and another car pulls up next to him, and I'm like, I'm not in a
So,
good situation.
you about to be pinned in.
I'm getting ready to be hung up out of here. Do you hear
Yeah,
me?
they trying to string you.
Bull jumped out that car. He said, "What can I do for you?" So I said, "I'm looking for."
Because you ain't supposed to be around here.
You ain't from around these parts.
I said, I'm looking for such and such and such. I'm from this, that, and the third. He said, yeah, well, I don't give a fuck who you looking for. This ain't the door you want to be knocking on. Before he could finish, this ain't the door you could be knocking on. I was down the steps, getting in my motherfucking car, locking it up. You absolutely right.
And I do you.
Fuck your health.
I do you another one. And this is some shit when I was probably younger than that. Or around the same age. I'm pretty sure I was a little younger, probably a year or two younger than that. There was a thing in Jersey called the something in the jungle or something like it was one of those things where you rode all the way in Jersey and you turned off and it was like the woods, but it was like open courts once you get back there.
I don't know because I don't fuck
So-
around in the woods.
So and mind you, this
I
that
saw that movie House on the Left. Do
No,
you
but
recall
when
that
you
time?
a kid-
I was like, no, I was a kid when I saw that shit.
no, what I'm
It
saying
knocked
is
off of everything
when you a
for-
kid and your coach say we going to Jersey for this
you going,
tournament,
right,
you don't know the
Right.
logistics.
You just going for
of
the
it.
ride.
Yeah.
You mind you, you're going for every ride. That's your job at that point. So it's like we out there, and it came to the point where it's like, yo, I gotta take a piss. Yeah, me too. And like 3 or 4 of us went in the woods, walked a few feet down, and we seen a pickup truck that had been burnt and a fucking cross.
Wow.
I don't play around.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
I still got 2 games to play. Like, this shit was crazy. And I ain't gonna lie, we ain't even tell nobody.
Really?
We ain't say nothing. We said something when we got back,
Your
but we ain't
coach?
tell our coaches or nothing. Because it was like, the tournament was still going on and we was kids.
See, that is, oh my
Like, we didn't see anything happen to anybody. It was like nothing to report because we kind of expect that where we was at. Kind
Okay,
of.
so here's
No,
the
it
thing that
fucked me
breaks
up.
my heart.
It fucked me
Is
up,
that
but it
how
was
old were
like,
you?
I had to have been about 14.
And you thought that was to be expected at 14.
Where I was at, yes.
That is.
But that's the
what
thing.
fucked up.
That's the thing that everybody doesn't talk about. We
In
talk about
Jersey?
redlining, but do you realize that we are all in fucking hamster mazes where, like, you can't go to this county, 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 because they got the right to fuck you as soon as you cross that line.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So when you traveling as a young man that's kind of aware of a lot of how we're viewed in this world, you kind of know when you go to certain places, like, they don't want you there. So I'm waiting for that direct altercation to even make it a thing, because it was already a thing before we left.
I was in a predominantly white school when the Rodney King
Oh my God.
riots went down. Did that just tell you how old I was?
Yes.
Yeah.
We know nothing.
Yeah.
Well, you
very
was in
old.
you was getting your masters.
Okay. I said that's
Get your
But-
doctorates.
you know, I lived in Jersey, so I went to a predominantly white high school, but
Now we know how old you are.
yeah, but we had a lot of we had a lot of black kids because you got Sickerville, all those kids,
Yeah.
which is primarily
I
black,
got
Yeah,
Pleasantville
yeah.
family.
and they all went to that school,
Yeah.
so that you got a
they,
lot.
They pulled everybody together.
So when I tell you when them riots
I
Facts.
swear, it was like.
when those riots went off, that was like the first time that I really experienced, like just racism and just the division and whatever. I was already thrown off when I moved to Jersey anyway, because I was in elementary school, and I was in a elementary school that only had one class of each grade. It was a schoolhouse. I feel old as shit, but it's normally not like this. I came from Philly where I was in a big ass class with a lot
No,
of
it's
kids.
different. That's a life shift for a kid.
And Jersey,
Right.
Jersey was completely different.
School is
And-
your world as a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So when I got there, it was 5 black kids in the school.
It was reversed.
No, I went to Collinswood. You what?
So
You
when I
know
moved,
know.
so when we left elementary school, because you had a bunch of elementary schools,
and then the big high school.
and then you go to the junior high school and the high school. Well, you go to the junior high school, all the counties.
Is coming
Come
together,
together.
yeah.
So when I got to the junior high school, I said, "Where the fuck all these black people come from?
Yeah,
Where
that's
y'all
funny.
live at?
That's
I've been
crazy.
looking for y'all. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Y'all been around here this whole time,
no.
but that's what I mean by, like, the school is your world, because
Yeah.
you don't even know what exists outside
No.
of there. They was right by you because they matriculated to the same place you did.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But one thing, and speaking of school, one thing that I want to point out that I learned from
Where you get that from?
Okay, so
She Keep Candy.
My name
And
is-
Took it back.
my name is Juice, and
Give
I
her
have
her
a
Tootsie Roll.
addiction.
I just don't want
You can have a lot. I have a whole bag in my.
So look, one thing I seen in school, and this is Roman Catholic, right?
And that's
It got to the point where it was like, oh, y'all can't wear braids, right? When I say I was the last nigga in that school to wear braids to that school, just because I knew how to move, I was already selling weed, leather pants from the Gap, jerseys from Total Sports.
Stop.
I had so many
No, stop
hustles.
talking.
I was
No,
ridiculous.
stop talking.
Listen, we
No,
talk
fuck
about
that.
20 years ago. I'm fine.
No, stop.
More than that.
No, stop.
So listen,
You just not gonna stop though.
I just
You
knew
just
how
gonna
to
say
fly.
leather pants though.
talking
You
like
just gonna say
nobody
leather
knows
pants and
about
keep
it.
No,
going.
I'm going on. I'm skipping that.
All right, go ahead.
No, because women would buy them shits for
They
Gap
would.
credit. It was $200. If
The
I sell them to you
what,
for a
the
bean,
jean-
you got $200 Gap
the
credit. I was
jean
meeting
ones with
chicks
the
on
leather
Temple
on the
campus
front?
all day on my way home from school.
The jean ones with the leather on the front.
No, the all leather joints with the blazers.
remember them.
With the blazers. That's when I was working there.
Oh,
when
with
it
the
came back.
blazers.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
And I could get you a zero, and you would walk right in the Gap proudly and say, y'all owe me $200 worth of shit for this.
Yeah.
So I was killing. Like I used to go to. I never left my house with more than $5. I always came home with more than $200, and probably with shopping bags because I was down the street from the gallery and I had 2 hours to kill before practice. Different world. But like
Gallery
one
used to
thing
be the
I learned
shit.
from that school was, and I fought against the braid shit as long as I could. But the weird thing was like when they said we couldn't wear braids. Now I'm getting my hair done on Friday evening and I'm taking it out on the way to school on Monday.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? And these is like AI braids, like 50 braids in your head, like back them days. So anyway, long story shorter, their excuse for why they didn't have to deal with our hair was a John Chaney quote that he made about why he doesn't let his players wear braids. So they found a black man that found fault in it and ran with it, and they posted that article in the fucking office, the disciplinary office. You see what I'm saying? And
Like-
at that age, I knew what that was.
Like your people said it.
I knew what that was. But at the same time, you got a bunch of dudes that wear braids every weekend walking around here looking crazy where they could be looking neat because you have a perception of it. But we also sitting next to a white boy that has green, purple, blue, gold, school
And that's
color
real fucking
hair.
distracting.
And
what they
that's
used to
not
do.
even his natural hair color.
Right, but you were allowed to get away with that, and it was and that was actually in the rules that you had to.
That's
have
why I
that
said
hair
Roman
that was your
taught you
natural
about the real world. It taught you about the office place. It taught you about college if you'd have went to one of the white universities, how you'd have been viewed. And I'll take it one step further because it's not just on white colleges. I had a speech class, 70% women. It's about 20 of us in there. We had a long table every day having discussions, open forums. The men never get to speak. Every time we spoke, free for all. Niggas would just fall back. All of us. From the highest motherfucker in the room to the most intelligent, we would just be like, let them have it.
Wow.
We showed up. We tried. The professor seen that we tried to interject. We good. Got to kill the speeches because you have basically what's considered quarterlies because you got 4 speeches, 4 different kinds of speeches you got to give by the end. The first time I gave a speech in front of the class, the first girl that raised her hand apologized to me.
Wow. Why? What was her reason for apologizing?
Because this was my sophomore year. I had cut my hair off my freshman year. I always had braids. I cut my hair off my freshman year because my old head was graduating and he shaved his head for graduation and everybody shaved it in solidarity with him, and I was losing all of my people back home to negativity, so I celebrated something positive. So my sophomore year I was growing my hair back. She judged me by that. She judged me by the way I dressed, my demeanor, all of that. And she actually admitted it in her apology, which is so crazy because this is what I be trying to teach people on social media, which is probably not the platform.
It's definitely.
But like sometimes you gotta realize what you're saying. So she said, I just want to apologize because I thought that you was this, that, and the third, but I killed my speech. I've always been good at public speaking. You see what I'm saying? I never wrote speeches. I wrote bullet points on my way to class and printed them out and handed them out, and I just followed the bullet points I made and just made a fucking speech. Like, I never thought about that shit. So it's like, I'm doing better than you with some shit you've been worried about for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I woke up and was like, oh shit, I'm drunk. What I'm doing today? And killed it.
And
So
you've been
when
trying to
she
write
said
your shit
something,
forever.
I got saved because I didn't have to respond. One of them dudes that's been marginalized this whole time said, you realize what you just said? You realize we had a black university, that's a black man, that's an intelligent man, and you're judging him based on the same things as his oppressors? Then everybody apologized to me.
Yeah, because they all should have been.
Yeah.
Because they all felt that way.
Because
They
you
knew,
fought
like,
up-
even if they didn't feel it as strongly as her,
Right.
they
said
judged
it.
me too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, I gotta fit in, like basically they just felt like this is the way of the world and we have to assimilate. Like, you know, I worked at the school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was this dude, oh my gosh, he came in from Ghana. The most beautiful locks that I have seen on a man in a very long time down his back. You know that's a commitment. Bro, how long you been growing your locks?
Over 6 years at this
Okay,
point. I don't
so-
even remember no more.
But his locks down his back.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone twisted to superbity. Gorgeous. Straight
Taken
back.
care of. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
And mind
And when
you,
he
lock styles
graduated-
don't matter. The journey does. The
Yeah.
commitment
It's
does.
It's the commitment.
You want somebody that's gonna commit to you and only commit to this?
Right.
So we
Right.
got a 2-year program, right? And one day he's walking down the hall. What happened to your hair? It's all gone. He got the baldy damn near. He said, "Look, man, I spent $150,000 on this school. I need a job. I'll never get one with my hair like this."
Now I'm gonna tell you a decision I made a long time ago. They are going to have to accept me as I am.
Facts.
I don't care about for who I am, because you're not gonna know who I am unless I bring you past the gate. But
for who I
when
am,
you see me, you're going to see locks.
Yeah.
You're going to see a denim jacket that says all type of politicals. You're gonna see Huey Newton. And I give you one about that, and I bring the jacket down. Y'all have all seen it before, but like you're gonna see that because I don't want to deal with anybody that doesn't want to deal with me as I come. You're gonna see the tattoos. I didn't tattoo my face, but at the same time, I got bigger and grander things that I want to do before I get to that point. But trust and believe, if the bank account feel a certain way and I'm having a good night, you might look at a different nigga tomorrow.
Right.
Like I'm not owning none of that shit.
Right.
But like I've been on an elevator with a woman, and my coat says backwoods. It says ass, grass, or gas. It says all type of shit. It has political stuff on there, black power figures on there, bunch of shit. Like my pens is worth more than most niggas' leather jackets on that coat. But the back of it says every woman needs a Barstool, which is one of my slogans, right? So I'm on an elevator coming from an MRI follow-up for my knee, and this old 80-something-year-old white woman, if I had to gauge it, is looking at every patch and pin and button on my jacket.
Wow.
And she said, and we're on an elevator, a packed elevator, and she's like, "Can you do me a favor? Can you turn around?" So she reads the back of my jacket, and then she said, "Do you have a pen or a marker so I can write amen right here?"
Oh, wow.
And you know how in elevators everybody's acting like they're not paying each other no attention, but at some point if something funny or
everybody
crazy,
has
they have to react to it. It was such a breath of fresh air. Like she gets it,
Yeah.
and just like when I say I wear,
And to be 80 and get it is the shit. You
and
know?
because we judge some of them unfairly because we think if you're past a certain age and white, then you just but it ain't like that for everybody, and we know that as a people that we shouldn't do that, but it's hard for us to gauge.
Yeah.
If you talk a certain way, look a certain way, dress a certain way, we automatically assume that you don't like us.
Oh yeah.
And 9 times out of 10 we're right, which is a bigger ratio than theirs.
Right.
I done been booked before. The nigga with the tattoos all over his face wasn't that bad, yo.
Facts.
It was the mother weirdos I had to worry about when we was sitting in them pods. Real shit. Cause he come as he is.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers is trying to hide their wrists, so you don't see what they in there for.
Right, but you are who you are. It's
Right.
shit.
So you just gotta work with what works with you. But like this has been awesome, and I didn't mean to get on too many tangents, but I also think we built better than just talking about they tantrum. We gave they shit enough attention.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah,
could,
that's all
We
it
talked
is.
about us. We got a lot in the chick.
that was different.
You are so dope. You know that, right?
Oh, thank you.
Now-
you are amazing.
But one thing we need
You're
you to
dope.
do, cause you always do this. Can you please be specific
About what you do.
about what you have going on out here?
Yeah, 'cause
Literally.
I want
name
in.
the organizations, name the you know what I mean, events.
So I
like,
can talk about
let's
it.
get into that because I talk to her all the time. I don't talk to you
Yeah,
enough.
Right?
I'm not very good at self-promoting. I'm just not.
Well, just
So-
go down your list of
All right,
fucking
so
things.
I am. So
Pardon me.
I am an entrepreneur. I have a company called Urban Seek. It's actually Philadelphia Legacy Development, but I move as Urban Seek.
Okay.
Explain Urban Seek because
Urban
it's
Seek,
dope.
The intention behind Urban Seek is to create experiences that allow you to understand what challenges are happening in underserved communities. So we do fun stuff that brings awareness to things that are happening, from food insecurity to gun violence to just learning about our history in our neighborhoods where you just don't feel proud to be there, and we provide you an upliftment that way.
Heavy.
With our kids to make sure they understand and get value out of that as well. Do everything from art projects to work with music and stuff like that.
Scavenger hunts.
The scavenger hunts are dope.
It is urban seek.
It's urban seek. Like that's literally like I started.
And she does scavenger hunts.
I started out doing scavenger hunts. Scavenger hunts.
I love it.
Historical component to it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Every scavenger hunt that I have, you're gonna learn something about Philly that you did not know, and you're gonna learn about it in a really fun way, and you'll walk away remembering it because you had so much fun doing it.
Because it connects on multiple levels.
It totally connects on multiple levels. We actually teach people about the true community of the world. So it's not just about like the Eurocentric ideal, because everybody knows that history, but everybody don't know our history, and our history is beyond Black history. Our history
is everybody else's history.
Our history is right intertwined with their history.
Exactly. But I mean,
they wouldn't have one without
us.
us.
I just need people to remember that it's not just about Black History Month. It's not just about Native American for a day. Like it's all of that stuff. So
And it's not about when something happens. It's about a continual thing.
It is. And so that's what I like to highlight that.
Consistency.
And
quality.
I'm consistent
like
in my
it.
messaging. I'm consistent in making sure that I support things where people really can bring value to our community. Like I said,
Important.
I love our community, and I love.
We love you too.
But I love our kids enough to make sure that they like. You ain't like I'm old. They ain't gonna be like looking at me like, oh, Miss Serita. No, they're not gonna do that. But I will find every dope person that I know in the world to bring in front of them so that they get it by hook or crook. You know,
that's what you supposed
talk
to do.
that talk.
You know,
yeah, I know all about
No,
it.
that's big facts.
You know,
That's facts.
Like I just did a painting. It was supposed to be a paint and sip, but I did a paint exercise with some kids that are part of IDE, which is
I know what IDE is.
Yeah, so with the
No,
kids,
explain it for the people that
Yeah,
don't.
for that don't know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She's not, I feel like
You
she's
gotta
talking to me.
remember,
We having
I know
our
it's
own conversation.
conversation.
I thought it was over. I feel
Explain it for the people that don't know.
So IDE is actually a program. I don't remember what the acronym stands for, but they actually they get kids that are part of the JJC system and they bring them into put them into
Juvenile
programs.
justice.
So Juvenile Justice Center, and they bring them in. So the kids have not been adjudicated, meaning that they are still waiting a trial, or they are saying, well, you got to be on house arrest. Then those kids have to come to a program like IDE, and so they are watched all the time.
I like it.
So one of my friends who is just amazing, Lucinda Trotter. Like I don't know if you know Cindy.
No, but introduce me.
You know Cindy. She Philly.
I probably seen her. Introduce
yeah.
Oh no, I know Cindy. No, that's my
Wonder
fault.
Woman, yeah.
Wonder Woman, that's my fault.
Yeah.
My bad, Cindy.
Let
Yo,
me tell you something, because nobody knows.
she interviewed
like
me
two-
before.
he's two
on the
cups
radio,
into-
on her radio show.
Because it makes
cups
sense.
in.
Because y'all both dope.
No, she's
And
awesome.
So, like Cindy was like, sis, I need you to come in. I don't know what to do with these kids. Like for the girls, she knows what to do with kids. Like she's actually excellent with them. And so
She knows
She did
when
the
she
Youth
knows how to.
Mania.
No, she gets them.
She knows how to resources. Like you got to use the people that can help you
Let me
with.
tell you something.
Yeah.
Cindy, if anybody were to ever try to figure out how to work with a child, all they need to do is drop them off at Cindy door.
Talk that. No,
Because-
because she's dope and she be at the station too.
She did
everywhere.
the Youth Mania.
Right, she did.
Because
She absolutely.
I
did.
was
loves our children.
I judged that.
And so she said, to
She
me,
absolutely
like, she
did.
was like, sis, I got this program I gotta do. Can you come? Like, you know, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll come through. It was her birthday.
Oh.
It's her birthday, and I was like, cool. So I'm gonna do an art project with the kids, and so I was like, all right, guys, like this is her birthday present from me to her.
Oh.
And I know that anything that I would do for her would never be as good as doing something for her kids because she loves them.
Right.
Wow.
So
No, that's heavy. I seen it when you said it. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it
That's-
too. That was real.
That's her thing.
Yeah.
So I brought in a banner that happy birthday, and I had the kids help me figure out where we gonna put it on the wall. Did y'all know it's Miss Cindy's birthday? One kid was like, yeah, he had a gift for her. He had actually spent his money to buy her a bracelet.
Now let me explain her.
Mm-hmm.
She's also a chick with the juice. She's multifaceted.
Fly girl.
She
got all
acts.
these juice.
Yeah.
She acts. She writes. She
used to be a rapper?
participates. She used to. No, they performed a record for us. Her. What's the light skin? lady named, my bad, I'm sorry, beautiful too, I've been drinking, but no, because they treated us wonderfully, but we actually got them to perform their little joint and they killed it.
Oh my
It was
God,
me, I was
seen
back up there back when I was running around A-Spits and Mad Labs all the time. Like we had cameras, I can show you pictures. We had a ball with them, yo. And ever
she's
since
cool as
then,
shit.
every time, and that's the thing, when you meet people and they make an impact on you, then you watch them, whether that's online or in person. And when you see somebody that's consistently being dope, she's one of those type of people for me. She one of them people for me.
Yeah. So I went to, I said, all right, well, what time do you coming? And she was like, oh, I'm going to be there, but I'll be late. Okay, cool. I came in. I said, all right, guys, I laid out. I had an entire setup. I had face masks. I had all these different paints for them, markers, whatever they needed.
If you need artists, let me know too.
No, this was for them.
No, I mean, if you ever need to do another one and you need somebody to run it, let me know. I know a few people.
Thank you. I will keep that in mind. Because but I said, okay, y'all have fun. They said, we could do whatever we want. I said, yeah, make whatever you want. So they made a whole bunch of different masks and they painted them and they, like, oh my gosh, like they did all this stuff and they were children for an evening. And then they had pizza and all this other stuff, and we had a ball. And Cindy, I was like, yo, this is your birthday present. Good luck and have fun with that.
I'm out.
No, but that's dope.
But so but that's actually what I do as Urban Seek. I create these type of experiences. I come in, I bring other people with me, because guess what? Like, no, all these kids don't want to hear me talk.
I've been to historical churches for political things, and she was in there situating the situation when they was acting like they ain't need to stay for the situation. You know what I'm talking about. It's weird out here, man. So when, like, beyond the kids, like, whatever the situation is, she's 100%.
But I mean, like, I'm a committee person, so I'm an elected official.
Yeah.
And for me, like, it's like where you get to actually meet people. Like, if I was like a senator or whatever, I couldn't talk to the people in my community the way that I could, because I spend most of that time fundraising.
But that's a blessing to you, and that's what they neglect when they actually have the chance to do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
I had one city councilman that was offended that he had to stick on my tiny thing.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, you gonna be all right, because I had one of the seniors at the building. I was like, listen, everybody get 2 minutes. He get up there, he want to start pontificating. She was like, 1 minute. And he looked at her, and he just want to keep on talking. She was like,
30 seconds.
2 minutes.
Get your ass down.
You're done. You know, but I mean, like, so I do all the stuff that I do because it makes a difference. You know, I educate the people in the neighborhood that I do. I work with City of Dreams Coalition. I work with
shout out Sister Talia.
Absolutely.
Shout out to my sis. I'm with the Black Brotherly Love Leadership Council. We did this amazing march down 52nd Street for Juneteenth.
Yeah, I actually saw that march.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm from Southwest and West Philly, so I'm always run that way.
It was one of the most beautiful opportunities to see Black men understand their need for mental health support.
Wow.
That was a huge statement right there.
Yeah, that was.
We just
that was
talked
heavy.
about that, and we gotta go soon. But that,
no, but I just
I'm gonna have to bring you on so we can talk about that.
Like, and there's only 2 women in the Black Brotherly Love Coalition. And literally, it's me and Nikki Bagby, and I actually helped organize the Women's March on Philly this past year. I organized the March for Our Lives March back in 2018. I've done like lots of stuff in between.
You see why she don't like talk? Cause like this is the whole show is what the fuck she do.
Well, just know that you definitely have Chick with the Juices support, and anybody that I can bring around to help on a positive note, I'm definitely with the cause. And you just said I gotta bring you back on so we could talk about some of that stuff.
I gotta watch this back to make sure I cover all my bases.
I know. I don't think we did, but
she said, like, no, and I don't mean for the conversation. I mean based on like what I could contribute, whatever energy and network to. Yeah. Because she said a lot.
You did.
You said a lot, and 70% of that I was aware of. I think, but that's kind of like how it always is when I see you.
But I mean, like, Yo, I mean, like, it's just been an amazing ride, and it's actually, once I left working at an organization, I actually became more myself than I ever was.
All right, so we're going to get out of here after this. One thing I'm going to tell y'all, I am Barstool, I am Sipping with Sammie, y'all know that. Shout out to my man, I'm not going to say his name because I don't know what he's trying to do with it, but the owner of Philly Beer Scene Magazine is a homie.
Mm-hmm.
So when beer festivals come, we get in all of them for free.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for free, but like we help him. We run the table for him,
right.
and then one man go bring something back for everybody, type of thing. But one time we was there and we was talking to this older white couple, and they just kept talking. We engaging them because we trying to get emails and all of that, and we like, so what do you do? And like, we just left corporate America, fuck corporate America, this, that, and the third. Like they're on like, and this is over 5-6 years ago. They was in a bag. And so my man said, so what happened? They like, no, we just couldn't do it anymore. We left corporate America and figured something else out. And he's like, so what do you do now? And he said, well, you see this tent?
Mm-hmm.
He said, we rent these.
Nice.
You know how big them fucking tents? We was on a Navy base. We was at the top of Broad Street.
Mm-hmm.
You know how long them tents is?
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker cashed out on his pension or his 401k or whatever have you, invested in the motherfucking situation where now he's just checking on his tent and getting drunk for a living.
Yep.
So that's just you take it how you want.
That you ever want to do in your life is work like you ain't got a job.
I sell juice and go to parties.
My
life amazes me sometimes.
Yeah,
but I'm like,
too.
I get paid for this shit.
Right?
That's why I don't never know what day it is or what time it is. That's why I'm
And then
always
people
like,
tell me that I'm worthy of it.
Yeah.
But at
Because
the
you
same
are.
time, this is like, a lot of this shit is like a dream. Like, I've been this guy. I've been the one that always had the end on what was next and who was hot and who was new and who was fly. Like, I've been that guy, but now it's my job.
Yes.
That's like, all right, so let me find some other shit to worry about.
That's
Because
fun,
this
right?
This ain't the shit to worry about.
Because this
Like,
coming anyway.
Hey.
But
it's
that's
like
what I be
an
trying to
audit.
explain to y'all about y'all situations.
That's my new sister.
Listen, I done gave her about 3 of them.
Yeah, he just keeps dropping them off.
I only listen because one thing about it, and I'm somebody that has mixed emotions about fraternities and sororities. One, and let's be clear, I support them, but I think that women need them so much more for a certain reason, and that's to find a common unity so that y'all could be the queens that y'all want to be instead of feeling like y'all in competition with each other. And when I say that, I don't mean it from the fact that all women are in competition with each other.
No, but I understand
But
exactly
know
what you mean.
energy that I'm talking about.
The energy that
but
I've had
as soon
around.
as you say that's my
you-
sister,
Yeah, it's
then we ain't got no problems.
none.
Because that's not my homegirl. I met somebody in the day and said, I love her. That's my sister.
that's my sister.
Which means that I know she has flaws, but I seen her greatness.
Hey. Can I get
Put it on a shirt.
Damn.
I mean,
That's the one.
all right,
That's the one.
We out after this, man. Tell the people where they can
and
find
I
y'all
don't
at,
even
man.
like this. That was the one. That was all I'm saying is all the energy has been great, especially the women that I've been around. It's been great energy. Believe it or not, most of the false energy I get or the competition I get is from men.
Why you think
know
I
what
know
I'm
so
saying?
many great women?
You know what I mean? So it's a breath of fresh air for me to not really even like to really be around women that much, to have this circle of women that are the shit. So chicks with the juice, we're gonna do something with that.
Y'all ain't gotta step on toes. Y'all ain't gotta step on toes. Y'all can point out when each other laces is untied. It's different.
It's going
always
down.
Like that. You always supposed to be like, I got
Look,
your
she
back.
got on her I've been juice shirt, but I just want to let y'all know. Y'all already know who it is. It's your highness. Hashtag chick with the juice. It's juicy, baby. The party plug. If you know, you know. If you don't, you better get on the wave. You can find me at Chick with the Juice 2 on Instagram, or you can find me
When
at
people got pages with an extra number after it, you a boss.
yeah. This is my second page.
That
They
means
shut me
you
down
have a
before.
page that got lit is shut down already.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's crazy. I ain't there yet. Ain't no Sybil Sammie
I
too.
one day am actually going to pay attention to my social media and
Yeah.
be like that.
It works
No,
for
but
me.
You know what? When it's worth it, make sure they see it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Period.
Yeah.
Don't stun on nobody. Just let them know that because you never know who could add on that's not aware.
Oh yeah. Nah.
I tell people don't judge me.
It's not
on my
about
Instagram
promotion all the
life.
time. Sometimes that just builds your network.
Period. That's what you want, your network. Don't judge me by just what you. Don't worry about what you see on Instagram. Like you see what you see, but that's for my business. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to judge my life because of what you see on Instagram. Just because you see juices on there, don't mean I'm not broke today, or I'm not rich today, or I had a bad day.
But if you
People
got a
don't
way
know.
to cut her losses and make things run smoother, then you're aware of what she's trying to do and help her
Period.
figure it out. Don't bullshit with
Don't-
my fly girls
Don't
and
do it. Well, we-
and my chicks with the juice, man.
Chop them off early. But y'all can also find me on my new page at Juice TV _on _glocawearradio. Radio.
All right, so I'll Miss Serita, MS_Serita, SERITA, and yeah, like you can hit me up, DM me. I take calls. Like I really don't mind if there's something that you're doing that's going to really be helping our community. I'm down with it.
Facts.
I mean, like I do work, so I want y'all to understand that the things that I can do can add value. So if you value me, value it with
If you value your situation, add her value to it.
Yeah. The other thing is Martin Luther King Day service is coming up, so I'll
Absolutely.
be working with Dreamline.org, and we're going to do a really amazing project over at the African American History Museum. But
Dope.
Online.
I got married there.
It's a beautiful venue.
Dope.
So if you want to participate in our program, I'll be moderating and running one of the programs.
Oh, that's dope.
Actually, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
More
and we'll be
dopeness.
letting you know how the Sippin' with Sammie crew is able to
That-
help. I don't know.
We'll be
No,
around.
I actually have another project I'm gonna talk to you about.
No, but I mean we're gonna talk about a lot of projects, but with that way we're facilitating that, we'll see it very soon. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. I've been drinking.
Physics.
I love you so much, Sammie. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, it is always an honor to spend time with you. I just did.
I feel the same way.
And I know that she's behind the scenes, but
Kay.
I love you so much.
Font Productions.
That's my sister. Like that.
Font
is
Philly.
My sister. But I'm another mister forever and ever and ever.
She
But you know
reminds
what's
me of the guy
crazy?
behind the fence on
Oh,
Home Improvement.
You know what's crazy? Kay has that effect on people because Kay's dope.
She
And
is.
the
and
dopest
Kay-
By
woman.
nature.
Yeah.
Kay doesn't, and it's something that all of these fly girls and juice queens in the room possess, is that y'all are gonna do things to the best of your ability. You're not gonna make excuses. You see what I'm saying? And that little thing right there is something that can always be built on, added to, and expounded on.
Facts.
You know?
Facts.
Because I'm heavy on time. I don't like to waste people's time because I don't like my time wasted.
Costs money. Time is money.
I'm one of those kind of people. But I'm glad I got y'all together. I'm glad that y'all got this much time to engage with each other because you see what I see and you see what I see.
Yeah,
And
listen.
we are
Anytime you go
Gucci
out into the street, it is never a waste of time.
at all. I mean, I don't waste my time. I'm at an age where either I'm killing time intentionally,
Because that's what I want to do.
Right.
because usually that's what I need to do.
Right.
Period.
You know, because we run so much that, what did I tell
I
you?
need to do that.
I said it's different when you're doing it for yourself.
Right.
Because when you're doing it for somebody else, it's regulated. When you're doing it for yourself, you'll jump out of bed for $20.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yes.
But at the same time, at a certain point, you have to tell yourself, I got to fall back and breathe. I got to turn my phone off for a couple days. I got to go somewhere and just soak. Whatever the fuck
it's the
that
difference
means.
between hustle and business. You got to turn the hustle off sometimes in your business, because if you got a business, you got, you work a certain amount of time, you take some time off, that's the business. But when you are hustling, it's that constant.
but when you hustle, you're not taking care of yourself.
No,
At
I
all.
know.
But
I
that's
know,
why
'cause I'm a
most people in the
hustler.
streets are losing.
Yeah, I know, I'm like, I
Because
know, 'cause
they're
I'm a
making
hustler,
less per
unfortunately.
hour than they would be making because you're on call.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know when you on salary or on call,
Yeah,
that don't balance out with the motherfucker under you that get the clock in and clock out with it.
No, if I can't leave when I'm ready to leave, we got a problem.
So, like, it is what it is, man. But I definitely appreciate these queens for joining me on this episode of 2. It's going to be 2. It's going to be 2. It's already 2. Shout out to South. We love you.
We miss you.
Yeah.
Hurry
My
up and
fly
get back
girl,
safely.
another chick with the juice.
Bring
I'm
me a
going to tell you,
keychain.
right?
That's what
I want an
you sent me.
ashtray.
I do want one too, but Sammy
want an
made me
ashtray.
think of keychains because he gave people keychains.
I did. I felt proud about that. But, I mean, that's some kid shit, though. You know what I mean?
It is though.
Like, you like Star Wars? I found one.
Yeah. Thought about it.
But anyway, make sure you check out Saf on OnTheSceneMagazine.com. Please support her positive platform. Make sure you support Kay
Yes.
at Font Philly, Font
Yes.
Productions, and Font is spelled Phant for obvious reasons.
Not Fant.
You know what I mean? But we every Thursday Sipping with Sammie podcast. I love happy hour, so that's 4 p.m. And then catch me every Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. on Flyboy Friday, Flyboy Radio, Glocawear Radio, the best happy hour in the world on the greatest station in the nation. Actually preceded by Fly Girl Friday Radio, which is headed up by Paulie Baby, Chic with the Juice, and Sop. Like, I don't know, man. My 2021 gonna be harder than y'all thought, but I'm gonna have a ball in 2022 off the residuals. I gotta deal with all these strong women.
Yes.
But I love them and they love me, and they gonna make sure I don't fold.
Say that again.
But nah, fly shit only always. And I have been your host, Sipping with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool Rule. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Get your fucking life together. And I'll see you next week.
Big Herb Train.
My nigga.
What up, Rude?
Big Herb
Mr. Get Drunk.
Sam Malone. Drinking and smoking.
You know how we do.
And MGD.
I'm smoking again. I'm drinking again. Shot for shot, I think I'm gonna win. Stress relieving, the party starting, I'm all in. Let's go. You came to get fucked up, homie. Fall in, come ballin'. It's my game. Barstool, cool the name. Was on before I came. You niggas lame. Beer and brown when I get down, nigga. I don't play at all. Catch me with squad, booze brothers, club gang. We cruise lovers who bruise brothers and roll tanks. No lean bottles and blunts. A gasoline. Stances mean scoping the scene. In between, getting faded and X-rated, don't intervene.
I be drinking, I be smoking every day. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. Ay, fuck what you call it. Ay, fuck what you call it. I drink till I'm drunk cause I'm an alcoholic. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. Ay, fuck what you call it. Ay, fuck what you call it. I drink till I'm drunk cause I'm an alcoholic. Ay, I think my liver wanna play. I'm overseas with that pure white Hennessy. Me and Barstool got a couple hoes, they freaks. These Jones is freaks, they wanna fuck between the sheets. And they a fuck for a couple drinks. I ordered a couple shots, we drinking till it's gone. And now I'm on. Shorty asked me my name. I lied and told her my name was Sam Malone. And now this bitch is calling his phone. She don't know, but after I smash a nigga gone. Ayy, fuck what you call it. Ayy, fuck what you call it. My pimpin' is good cause I'm a pimpaholic. I'm retarded. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. Ayy, fuck what you call it. Ayy, fuck what you call it. I drink till I'm drunk cause I'm an alcoholic. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. I be drinking, I be smoking every day. Ay, fuck what you call it. Ay, fuck what you call it. I drink till I'm drunk cause I'm an alcoholic.